Hi everybody! I wanted to do a Lana Del Rey makeup tutorial for two reasons. The first one being that I think she's absolutely amazing and she's going to blow up this year. Second being the kind of makeup that she wears I've been wanting to do a tutorial on anyway, which is very 60s inspired, very beautiful makeup. So what I'm going to start off by doing is I'm going to use a little bit of strobe cream by MAC just to kind of I want to basically light my face from within. And after that, going to take some mineralized satin finish SPF 15 from MAC. The reason I'm using mineral is because she doesn't have a whole lot going on as far as foundation. She has like just a very clean base, and it's kind of has this powdery finish to it. So I thought this would be a good choice for that. I'm just using a typical foundation brush. This one's from MAC. Once you have your foundation on, I'm going to put on some concealer. Now the concealer that I'm choosing to use is, well, it's not really a concealer, it's a highlighter. And it's by MAC, it's Prep and Prime Highlighter in Light Boost. I'm going to give it a couple clicks. I'm just going to go under the eye. Around the nose, down the nose, above here, and under my brow bone. And then I'm just going to blend it out with the same foundation brush. Once you have your highlighter on, I'm actually just I want a little bit more coverage, so I'm going to use Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. This one is in light golden. I've had this for about 3 years, and there's still a ton left in it. It's pretty expensive, 40 bucks for concealer, but it will last you forever. You'll throw it away before you're done with it. I love how much coverage you get. Once I'm done with concealing and foundation and I'm happy with the results, I'm going to take Makeup Forever HD powder, toss a little in the cap there, using just a 1/16 brush to swirl it around. Kind of puts off this smoke sort of stuff. It's very cool. And I'm just going to dust this over my entire face. I love this powder because it works so well in film. Oh my goodness. The skin looks automatically photoshopped. So I'm going to use Painterly Paint Pot by MAC. It's kind of a taupey color. I'm just going to use my it's just my 252 brush by MAC. All the numbers are rubbed off by now. Just swirl it around there. You can use your fingers if you want to. So after it's on my brush, I'm going to just apply it everywhere on the eyelid, all the way up to the brow. So Brulee is a nice creamy color. It's this one right here in the center. So I'm just swirling a blending brush around in there. Just putting that all over the lid. Up under the brow. You can get even more dramatic if you want it, if you want to just kind of dip your brush in gesso. Not a whole lot, you don't want it super white, but just kind of tap that on top of what you did there. Just adds to the drama and the effect that we're going for. Once you've gotten this far, what you're going to do And this is where it gets a little complicated. It might take you a couple times doing this look until you really nab it down. I know it did for me. I'm going to take a dark brown, and this one was limited edition Make Your Mark Pro Longwear eyeshadow. I think it was limited edition. And I'm dipping just the 266 brush, just your eyeliner brush, in this on both sides, kind of swiping it on one side and swiping it on the other, tapping it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start from the outside part of my eye, right where the natural crease is. Not necessarily where your skin folds, like, I hate this thing. You can barely see this faint line, not there, but right where the color really starts to change. And you're just going to lightly trace that crease. So once you've gotten that far, that's a pretty good start. I would say at this point, repeat it on the other side so you don't get distracted from what you're doing. So once you have both creases even, what you're going to do is just kind of go in the same color you did. This brush is by Cinema Secrets. It's a large blender brush. I like it because it's tapered, but it comes to a point at the end. Kind of like a mix between a 217 and a 219 from MAC, which I used to tell them, if I could design a brush, I would design one just like that. But I'm just going to start off tapping that, and then you're going to want to blend just over the line. And if you have to go in one direction more than the other, you want to go up. So and the effect you get is just kind of like, whoa, look how deep your creases are. You're just going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, once you've gotten that far, what I'm going to do is I'm looking for more of kind of a tawny color, like a taupey. So what I'm going to do is, this color here is Soba by MAC. I'm going to use that same brush I just used, and I'm just going to kind of go in right at the inner edge and blend it in on my eyelid, so it's not so stark of a difference, like that. Same thing on the other side. Being careful to leave that little light color right there in the middle. Do the same thing over here. So once you've gotten it blended to the point where you think it looks pretty good, you can start on eyeliner. And eyeliner is really what makes this look. I'm going to be using two different types of eyeliner. I'm going to use Black Track by MAC, and I'm going to use Smolder by MAC. So I'm going to take my Black Track and that brush I used earlier, the 266, and just do typical cat eye eyeliner. You want to start right here in the corner and then just work your way over, not worrying about if the line is too thin, because they're going for drama. And you can make a lot of little lines, you know, little brush strokes as you're doing this. It doesn't have to be like all in one stroke. When you get to the end, Lana has hers just goes kind of out in the typical 60s popular way. So I'm going to look at where my eye would naturally go. If the line continued this way, Now it sweeps around, and then, oh, you come this way. I'm just going to make a little nick right there. You can barely see it. But once I have that nick, I can start right at the tip there, and with the pointy tip of my brush, work my way back down. Like that. You can always fine-tune that as well. Yep. Okay, so both eyes are done as far as the top eyeliner goes. Lana's bottom liner is very dramatic. I'm going to take Smolder, make sure that you have it sharpened. And from here you're going to start where that connected, or where your line jets out, and just bring it all the way over. Don't worry about being too careful or having a perfect line because we're going to blend it out. I did this a little messy on purpose just to show you how unimportant it is. So I'm going to take my Soba eyeshadow again, same brush I used before. The Blender Large from Cinema Secrets. And I'm just going to take the tip here and just go over that eyeliner. So once we've gotten this far, the eyes are pretty much done as far as the makeup goes. But you gotta do some messy brows. So I'm using Makeup Forever eyebrow gel with my eyebrow brush. I'm just using a Smashbox one. You can actually use the same eyeliner brush that we used before, but you would want to clean it off since you have black eyeliner on it. But I'm just going over my brows here. She has very dark brows. Okay, so my eyebrows are filled in pretty dark. And you got the 60s thing going. So something that's very important is mascara. For something like this, I would only use one brand, and that's Ultra Flesh Panthera. Get it from Sephora. Oh my gosh, though. Makes a world of difference. Her bottom lashes are very, very dramatic. Almost clumpy Tammy Faye-like. Alright, the eyes are looking good, so after your mascara is coated, you're going to want to prime your lips. I'm going to line mine with Whirl lip pencil. And I'm going to just kind of go around the edges of mine. She's got very, very full lips, so you're going to want to bring out what you have or enhance them even more. Like I'm going to use Creme de Nude from MAC. And that's that. So you get a pretty good Lana Del Rey makeup. So other than that, it's a great 60s look. Definitely want to add lashes to this and pop it out, make it look even more dramatic. But I think you learned some pretty good techniques, and if you have any more questions, leave them in the comments, and follow me on Twitter at MakeupIsHot. Thanks!